Okay, welcome back to the layout. I'm gonna start off with an update on where I've gotten, what the plans are for the future, stuff like that. So, I'm gonna begin here. I got, as you guys have seen on the YouTube shorts, I got track work spiked down. Trains do run. Now, we're moving on this way. The switches here do not have pre-wiring to jump across, so I have to solder every track to the bus cable, to the main wire, so that I can run trains through. And I mean, you're supposed to solder, I mean, really, you should have solder connections like every 70 feet anyway, but in this particular case, I have to do this to be able to even run past like this switch on even both tracks. So if you're buying microengineering switches, just be aware of that if you're doing 0-30. I guess it's probably the same for the HO switches. I have no idea though. Never used them. So moving back here, I got track lead. Well, I should say not track lead, but the switch here for this track, which is going to be a transfer track. And then there will be a building here. And then I have a bag of O scale 2-rail ties that I'm going to make a track here that looks like a standard gauge connection point. The railroad is, as far as I plan and still plan to do, is going to be set in West Virginia. It's going to haul coal and lumber both. The sawmill is going to be somewhere else. It won't be in this area. But there's going to be a furniture factory somewhere back in here maybe, that furniture or any kind of wood products that then gets brought over here and transferred to the standard gauge road. I've yet to figure out everything back there. I'm actually thinking about maybe putting a raising track to a coal dock so the coal can be unloaded to the standard gauge hoppers. The other option is to keep it on the ground, but it'll be like a conveyor transfer to the hoppers, whichever one. I've yet to decide on how I want to do that. The other thing I've done is I've transferred the track lights from downstairs. I'm going to bring them all up here eventually, and then I'll probably get more of them to do the ceiling and get rid of these shop lights eventually. But yeah, it takes time to spike rail. You have to slowly moving along the spot here where I've got the two track gauges where I've stopped the outside rail on. I'm just slowly inching my way forward. And then this section here, I actually made this using 24-inch radius HO curve that I stripped all the ties off of. And what I did was the two outer ties, I actually glued them on each end using Plyobond, which is what's used, for making hand-laid track from Fast Tracks, which eventually that's another plan is I want to get Fast Tracks templates and stuff to make switches of my own, rather than relying on the microengineering switches, which are decent, but they're not the greatest. Like their switch points are just kind of eh. So that's my plan for down the road. It's not cheap. It's not an initial cheap investment. It is kind of expensive to buy all the equipment, but once you buy the templates and stuff, like getting one of these is like getting one of these is like $30, $33 versus I think I priced it out. It's only like maybe $8 or $10 in materials once you have the plate. And even with the plate, like say you're making like 30, 40 switches, you can save a ton of money. The initial plate and tool investment is a little on the expensive side, but once you have them, you have them. And it's just a matter of you start manufacturing switches in a couple evenings, and then you can just plop them down, which is what's kind of exciting and cool about it. And it makes the track look uniform. Like here, I got plastic ties versus wood, so it does make a difference. So having said that, you know what? I'm going to turn the trains on for a little bit, just running back and forth in the spot that I can show you guys, just for a little bit. So if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, share. I got more future content. I still have yet to come up with a railroad name. This engine is labeled for the East Tennessee, West North Carolina, which I'm not going to model. And then that's this Colorado Southern. I got to get those paints redone. I mean, they're just going to paint over that, make it look like the shop just did a quick fix. Or try to strip the tender entirely. I don't know yet. I'll probably leave the number 11 on here in the red trim, but we'll see. Like I said, like, subscribe, share. Catch you in the next one.